No, Mari, the mic was off again, but this time it was my fault. We've done so much.
Should we just start over and do it again?
We start over and do it again? Yeah, well, let's start over and do it again. Welcome to...
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Fuck me, I guess. Okay. Open Phoenix Grenades. I'm so sorry. Where is it? I thought I opened Phoenix Grenades.
You
I did
didn't
it
do
wrong. Capcom! Let's go!
Okay, let's speedrun it.
Speedrun. This is the thing where I feel like I'm so on top of things that I forget very important. I was like, I got the camera on, I got everything. Microphone. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I gotta leave another comment on this one. Real stream starts at this.
So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
And this time we can both do the voice.
Yeah, I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time, and a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes.
Lana!
Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though.
So, how'd it go?
It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain.
A plea bargain? What do you mean by that?
We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma.
But Lana, don't tell me you...
Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
What kind of trace evidence?
Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall.
We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. It's literally impossible that he was murdered in both places. And we know he was present at the parking lot, so why is the court even entertaining that he might have been killed in the fucking evidence room?
They just are very confused.
I mean, yeah, that is very confusing. But like, I feel like we should be coming at this from the angle of what did happen in the evidence room that wasn't the murder that led this confusion to happen.
I think they're kind of doing that.
I guess.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is...
I'm afraid you'll have to clarify.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet, the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, is it?
No!
What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared.
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
Wow, this is one messed up trial.
Was the body ever seen at the evidence
I think
room
we're gonna
crime
ask
scene?
Meekins about that, I guess.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait?
Anything he does is an admirable trait.
Very
Or
well.
or something I
Let the
can
trial
fix.
resume.
Like a project.
On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
The suspect? You mean the so-called murderer?
Why are they calling him murderer in the stand? Murderers lie. Things are getting wild from the get-go.
Mickey!
Oh yeah, it's Meekins now. Here, you do the judge then.
Alright. Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Go away from the mic. Yes, sir! I am Officer Meekins, sir! Mike Meekins. My occupation is that would be murderer, sir!
Hey, so you're telling us you're a professional killer?
Sir, it was me, sir! I'm the one who did it! I'll never kill anyone again, sir! You gotta believe me, sir!
Actually,
Sir, I'm what you would call part of the younger generation, sir! A person whose actions adults cannot possibly comprehend!
please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir.
How old is he?
Officer Meekins. How old
I am curious.
is Michael Meekins?
Michael Meekins.
22.
22, that is pretty young.
Is he a millennial or
I think
Gen
so.
Z?
This is 2017.
This is 2017.
He might be on the cusp, though.
Yeah. He was late 90s.
Yeah.
Officer
He was
Meekins.
mid-90s.
Mid-90s, actually. So, which is, they're all mid-90s and we know they're millennials. Officer Meekins.
Yes, sir!
But I guess the judge is like, boomer. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that an order.
If you were wondering, I am a millennial. As you wish.
Thank you.
After all, I am part of a generation that must
Falling
be
off.
told what to do, sir, by other people in the generation.
Falling off.
You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
What generation
I'm
are
Gen
you?
Z.
Okay, that makes sense. It's fine. Did you secure it?
How do I secure it? I don't have a fucking wig cap.
You used bobby pins like 2 days ago, right?
I didn't use them to secure it to my head.
okay.
It just kind of stayed that time.
Crime report, sir!
I think it's because I put it under my bun, which
Yeah.
was, I think, pulling it down.
Oh, it's not my normal duty. I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day.
You do it. I'm trying to put my wig back on.
I spotted a suspicious man in the security screen and rushed into that room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir.
Oh, wow.
I was suddenly attacked.
Maybe police training should be very different.
I fought for my life. Then I did it.
Oh, well, actually, no. What he did that time was actually not his fault. That was good. It's not your fault, Meekins.
After I passed out, until another officer smacked me awake.
That's so rude.
So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you?
Do it before they do it to you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir.
I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness.
Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir.
I hate putting wigs on.
Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
What I need here is more info to work with. So I should press him.
What's
What
going
the
on?
fuck is happening?
What's
with
going
that?
on?
No, yeah, that's my question. What?
Okay, this is the bun's coming at I can't just put this back on and it'll be fine. So I'll fix it later. For the next case, or if we have to do a break again, I'll fix it mid-break. Okay.
Oh, it's not my normal duty. I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. Okay, let's press everything. I said let's press everything. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring new recruits, sir!
Lay this out in a way that's less tangle-inducing.
Yikes, now there's a scary thought.
Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir!
The Blue Badger.
Yes, sir! The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir! I was to ensure I wasn't
Is
broken
the chief
during
of
the
detectives
transfer
the one
process.
whose son is dead? In Turnabout Serenade?
I don't think
Or
so.
I think it's
that's
the Chief Justice. Because the chief of detectives' son is the Blue Badger who can never die.
I don't know why they had me guarding it since it's invincible, but that was my sole mission for the day, sir!
Other people might try to harness its power.
I see. Sounds like a very important mission.
After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room.
Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
The Blue Badger spotted a suspicious man in the security training and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trying to do, sir.
Oh, fuck. I'm supposed to press. I am bad at my job.
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card, am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. That's a tie. So
Under it.
your ID, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
That's right. It's 4989596.
There it is! I found it! There's the one right here!
Could you please read us the number?
Oh, yes, sir. It's 499,596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 49, whatever you said. That number.
4989596. Are you stupid, Phoenix? Oh, it is. Please explain, witness.
The Blue Badger stole my ID card! And it escaped! It escaped from the evidence room! I failed in my job! First time when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time was when I went to go get him after everything settled down. But he was gone.
I see. So it was during that second time when...
Yes, sir! That was when I spotted the man on the security screen!
I think we know what happened here. The guy who was there and he attacked Meekins, Bruce Goodman, he was trying to jailbreak the Blue Badger.
I only knew what I was trained to do so! You were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir! A knife!
Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then?
Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was! You weren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. Ever. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand.
I love when words you do the little yeah words that you can do that with. I just do a little bit of a funny vowel.
Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hand wouldn't be...
Maybe if your sister kept her cooler in.
She did kick over an oil drum. Oops.
And probably pulled a knife on her.
I
I
skipped one of
grabbed
his
the man
lines.
by his collar. I fought for my life. Then I did it. What exactly do you mean when you say you did it? I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. Okay. He must have been desperate.
You don't look at another man while you're doing the disarming maneuver. That's gay.
Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood. And then the next thing I knew,
Yes?
he punched me right in my face, sir. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake.
Oops. Well, I don't know that that's important.
This is what he was telling us yesterday.
We need to try and skim some more details from him. Let's press that last statement.
What was the officer?
Why was he
We
there?
already learned that, you stupid bungus boy.
I forgot.
You little Gumby bungus.
Don't call me a fucking Gumby Bungus. Okay, why'd they hit you? That's mean. No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh, right.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
He hit me right in the head, too.
Did you go to the doctor?
No! They arrested me! I woke up crying tears of pain!
That's nice. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is.
When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir! Your mission? Yes, sir! The Blue Badger, sir! I found him finally and returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand!
Before he started a...
Well, we can all rest easily now.
Go and badger Rampage.
Well, I told Gumshoe to dance with him every day so he doesn't escape.
The dancing calms him down.
Believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
This is a good question. He's got a point.
We all know the answer to that is no, because the victim was in my car. In the parking lot.
Yes, Officer Meekins?
With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell, and now I have to give it to you for some reason. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning.
The chief.
Why did he give it to you?
What is it? Oh, a videotape?
Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir.
Why is it in Japanese?
Oh my god!
It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. It's a plot hole.
It's a plot hole! What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape and was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake.
I just do what I'm told, sir. This is the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim.
Yes, sir. But please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. A video of a real murder. Just what are we getting ourselves into?
Hey, Phoenix? You are on it's a murder trial. Did you know? Did you know that? Did you know that, Phoenix? That is a fucking murder trial.
Sorry, what? Edward, did you know that the people
If you
die?
say one more word to me, I'm going to break
okay,
something.
it's this part now. For those of you who have not seen this case before,
Here is the good man walking over there. He opened the old glove is falling out. Who is
oh, it's me.
is me? King's going to kick his ass. Oh, he's gonna get it. Oh no, he punched him. Oh fuck. Oh no. Ah! Don't get to see any more of that. Fuck.
And he's gone.
And yep. The victims escaped.
I guess I see what you mean when you said disappeared now.
Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us?
What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir!
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Oh, it sucks. It's
badger,
horrifying. Do a better job.
Oh my god.
Fuck you. I hate it.
No one asked your opinion, sir! Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly?
All of you. Salary. No, I hate the Blue Badger. You're all fired, actually. That's the worst thing anyone's ever done in this police department. And there's a lot of bad things that we've done. They've done. I wasn't involved.
Yes, well, anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity did take place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins?
Yes, sir! As you wish, sir!
We are not looking at that video again.
Oh, you have bad news. His face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. Not even the Blue Badger.
What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to. So that proves it must have been Goodman at the fucking scene, but he was also at...
Intriguing. That would mean
Lana...
the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead.
Well, ASMR, ice crunching is ASMR. It is a good sound.
Everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start.
Mystery Man!
That's true.
Yeah. There's no question that it was Detective Goodman. He opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do.
What's next?
It's unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker. It is his locker.
No one else can unlock. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir! Let me say something, sir!
Please do. After all, you are the one being examined.
I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir! I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir! My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir!
Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is, unless the defense can find a problem with it.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Sounds like you have a problem with it, Edgeworth.
Let's look at the video.
Yes, there's a problem with it. We're not looking at the video. We will have to do that anyway. No, we are going to have to
Yeah,
do it when we
okay.
present it.
But we know that there's a problem.
Regarding the video contained on this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange.
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
What? This video contains such a contradiction?
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I propose we have the defense, not me. I don't have to point out to you this alleged contradiction in the
I'm
video.
going to look away.
I am going to look down.
He would want me to point it out.
I just remembered this one part people were pointing out in one of the play it by ear clips of I love it when people point out bits from the improvised songs that are just like from other songs. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
They said look down
Yeah.
in the lamest way, and people in the comments were like, you can't say that any other way when singing. Even I can't, and I don't like Les Mis. It's not very good. Don't be mad at me.
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I'll point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. Fuck. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video.
Oh, good. I can do all of that.
Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Okay. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video.
You and me.
How did this guy ever become a police officer if he can't watch a video of himself getting assaulted?
Police officers can't have trauma.
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is the contradiction that indicates the man may not be
Oh,
Detective
God,
Goodman?
I just remember the one time I've been hit by I got slapped in the face in the hallway in middle school. I was provoking this boy, so I kind of deserve.
Fucking everything has happened to you and nothing has happened. I've never really even been made fun of. I'm
I
honestly
took his hat.
surprised.
I took his hat and he slapped me in the face. Anyway, but I was just kind of like, oh, I've been hit. I did kind of deserve it. All right, there it goes. Oh my god. Wait, oh, you have to hold it to fast forward. Okay, there's a guy. He's going, goes over there, opens the thing. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that?
Your Honor, what the fuck is that? The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this.
Yes, that is strange. Something certainly seems unnatural about that. What could it mean?
Sorry to interrupt,
We've
Mr.
established
Wright,
the blue badger is unnatural.
but you seem to have forgotten the point of this exercise.
What? It's not an exercise.
What you are looking for is one thing and one thing only. Something that indicates the man may not be Detective Goodman.
Will you wait for me to explain myself?
Okay.
I'll place him under arrest, sir! You can't do that. What? Okay, play the fucking video again.
Just remember one thing, Mr. Wright. Every time you point your finger, someone gets hurt.
Yeah, me.
Says the one
Apparently.
pointing his finger at us.
Yeah, you fucking... Okay, Jesus Christ.
Okay. Well, because I guess that's like, oh, how did he open the thing? Oh, I guess, do I have to press a different statement? And then it'll be like, how did he open the thing? He did the thing.
No, this has gotta be it, right? Because they were like, what's wrong with the video? And Phoenix is like, it might not be Goodman. I think we just have to, like, do it a different...
Or, okay.
Oh,
I think, yeah.
I remember what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember what it is.
It's stupid. It's basically the thing I pointed at.
Yeah.
Oh, but I need to rewind it though. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay.
Here,
It's
just-
back there. Oh, okay, thank you. J. Can I fast forward rewind? No. Yeah, okay. It's that.
The light is on. Okay.
Got a little ahead of ourselves.
The thing that's strange about this video has gotta be this. Officer Meekins. So, sir, do you mean me, sir? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. It looks like this. It works like this. When you grab the handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. God, it's so...
Dude,
so
you
flawed.
have to do it all the...
Yes, they do. So this is why this part is so infamous.
Can I fast forward it now?
When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's
Oh
rewind to a little earlier. So you can see it.
We can all dance
Oh
to
my
the
God.
beautiful badger theme.
Please.
So slow.
Here, notice the light?
Yeah, we noticed it earlier before you did the whole thing with.
What's this? It's already lit.
Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Ah!
Neither. What is the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. Unless the sensor was fucking broken.
Oh, and it just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. I'm really bad at electronics, actually. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator and
maybe something like jammed the system sensor, like it was in the way,
something jammed the sensor?
like a squirrel,
Hey.
like a squirrel got in.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Okay.
There's gotta be another clue somewhere in this footage. Let's find the squirrel. Somewhere. There must be.
Sorry, a squirrel? It wasn't a squirrel, Emma. I don't think that would fit in there. Also, I don't think it could get in the
Look
police
at the
department.
video again. The locker wasn't locked.
Yes, let's please
Point
look at
out
the
why.
video again. Okay, we know what to do now. This is what we wanted. Oh, there it is.
There.
Please watch closely. Here is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
No!
Wait, is it playing from the beginning?
Yeah, well, actually, no, it's not.
Playing
It's
from
playing
almost
from
the beginning.
the second pan.
Yes. Sorry. By continuation, I mean here is most of it again.
What's this? Something white fell out of the locker.
But sir, in my experience, things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances. I get out of my police car. Okay,
I love him.
we can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
So,
That's inappropriate.
I gotta play the video again.
this white thing wasn't inside this locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir.
I know he's at real great distances, but now I'm just imagining him with his tie stuck in the door rolling around.
Oh, wow. Started the door closing, my tie chokes me.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
So not a squirrel.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an
I'll take your
insulator.
word for that.
But at the crime scene.
There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir, by insulator, you don't mean a muffler. Look, I finally got this thing figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence?
They backed up the car into the locker, and then the muffler was in between the door and the sensor.
That's one of those things where it's like, I can't even start to pick apart how wrong that is.
Oh, we have it. We have the glove.
Oh yeah, it's over here, yeah.
I found this near the locker of a fucking car.
There was a car door.
There was a car door, a remnant of this. Look, it's a driving glove.
But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident.
Well, it says SL911. It doesn't say incident on it.
The 11 stands for incident.
Okay.
1 for I, 1 for T. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. Oh, he is opening it, just not, like, unlocking it. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker.
I'm all stinky hands. I don't know what I said.
What? Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Even you could have done it. Sir, you're an abuser, sir! And I would have gotten my tie stuck in it.
Order! So are we to believe then that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing
Edgeworth
more.
fucking explained.
What do you think is more likely? That someone else opened his locker, or that he was in two places at the same time? The victim in the video was indeed Bruce
Edgeworth,
Goodman.
why are you making this so difficult? You don't want to look at the badger anymore, do
The
you?
prosecution will offer one more testimony.
I
to
will
prove
show you the
this.
badger again. What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
I don't want to listen to him talk
I'm just being a
anymore.
goofy guy because I lost all passion for anything I do. So I'm just going
Edgeworth,
to
we are
fuck
going to
shit
be
up.
here for 4 hours if you...
Fuck you. I am the king of prosecutors. I can do whatever I want.
Sir, me, sir?
Yes.
I'm the
Go
king
on.
of patrolmen.
I crown you king of patrolmen, my little boy Meekins.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. What is a patrolman?
Oh no!
Oh, you mean that, sir? The blue badger. What? Is this a
Sorry
joke?
about it.
Edgeworth, stop joking.
Bellboy. TT for me.
Edgeworth,
TT.
I think Edgeworth
Fuck
needs
you.
a break and a little nap.
No. I drink so much tea. It's got caffeine in it. I haven't slept in 4 days.
Very well, begin your testimony.
Mystery Man 2! This is about the blue badger.
The sequel!
There's one thing that proves a man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective has used this card.
I don't know why ID card is so funny to me.
An ID card record, I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. An ID card. ID card. Let's go. What am I saying? The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim, Bruce Goodman.
Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
Very good point. This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases.
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Well, it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination. I see.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. The time of the detective uses its card. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card,
Oops. I accidentally.
he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked.
He has social anxiety.
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Oh shit, someone's talking to me, yeah.
God.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
I don't give a single shit anymore.
You're thinking too hard about it. Let's show him what we got.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Which statement?
Yeah. Okay, that one probably.
The detective had used his card.
It's on the
But-
second page.
But,
he couldn't have. He didn't have it.
yeah, he had a lost item report, which means he couldn't have had it.
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
But also, we know he wasn't there.
Yes.
Because he was somewhere else.
I'm not good at reading, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Edgeworth, pay attention, please. I have one more piece of evidence to present. One more, Edgeworth. It's exciting. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
A lost item report. It's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough
What do
to
we
fill
say?
out this report. Edgeworth, look at this.
Oh no, my case.
Alright.
Let me guess. You believe there's something to be his ID
Were
card,
you paying
right?
attention or not?
Fuck you.
I can't say for sure. There's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Order, order. So now, what does this all mean?
It could only mean one thing. It doesn't even require
Doing a
much
little
thought.
smirk. You doing a little smirk? You stinky little boy.
Are we having fun? The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was Miles Edgeworth.
No!
The man who stole his ID card.
I was at the other crime scene, but so was Bruce Goodman.
Were you there? Your car was there.
Yeah, I mean, my car was there. I wasn't at the crime. I was in my office.
Order! Does the prosecution have a response to these allegations against you?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Caramel dance. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
Balsamico, Mr. Right.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card, so he couldn't have fucking been there. Also, he was somewhere else, so he couldn't have fucking been there. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes, why are you insisting that this was him?
I'm not anymore. We must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake.
Yes, okay.
In other words, the security camera does not show the instance of
All
the
right.
murder, and the murder
That's
actually
true.
happened when Lana Sky stabbed him in the back of my car.
Okay, but
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. But it seems you pointed it too much and it fucking went
You
up
know-
your own fucking ass.
I don't know why the fact that you guys came with me, Edgeworth, you came and you were like, oh, this is the victim. And I was like, no, it's clearly not. And now you're like, oh, that means your client is guilty. And it's like, no.
Everything points against you. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
What, that this clearly didn't happen? Explain yourself, Mr. Don't flip me off, Edgeworth.
The defender's already done the explaining for me.
That's inappropriate.
The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place
Yes.
at the police department at 5:15 on the
Okay,
day
well,
of the
at least
crime.
it was not Goodman.
So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot.
Okay.
At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the
All
defendant.
right. Yeah.
The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness
Okay.
observed the moment the
Trustworthy?
defendant used the murder weapon.
She lied like 5 times.
But you couldn't poke a hole in that she saw her stab at the
Fine.
man.
That testimony was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
The activity in this evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who the fuck was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? Dressed like the good man, and is he cosplaying as the good man? And is he a twin, secret twin? Where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is only to examine the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana.
They haven't, like, okay, we just changed the topic. I have to, like, prepare for this, okay? Objection. One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Maybe Meekins did do it. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder.
And that leaves a stabby in my car as
Okay.
the murder. Do
we
we have to
already
watch this
knew
video
that.
again? I really hate it.
Oh my
Without
God.
the music
Why
on,
are we
not
watching
as
the
bad.
fucking video again? Are we gonna see the whole thing? Okay. Sorry. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot.
Because of the Goodman connection?
Yeah, because of the Goodman connection. Also that.
Oh, yeah.
There was a lot of blood there. Did you have it analyzed? Was it all Meekins' blood? Cause like, so wrong.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be necessary.
Thank you.
Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated.
Then why were we
He has
talking
not
about
prepared
it?
any other witness to prove it was fucking unrelated.
It's been 1 hour.
We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
We don't need to talk about this incident. Okay, I guess. I guess we do because it is related. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. I get to
Time
call
to
a
catch
witness
us
now.
a cowboy.
Mr. Wright, do you
If I just
mean...
accuse him of a crime,
I win.
they will be distracted and will get one more day.
Yes.
The defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, whom do you have in mind?
Miles Edgeworth. Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the back of his car.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name
Oh.
before deciding whether or not to comply.
You tell us if that's his real name. Miles.
Well, very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name?
Mike Meekins.
Bring him back. It's Jacob Marshall, age 33, a patrolman investigating the
How old
incident
is
at the
everybody?
prosecutor's office and thinks he's a cowboy.
Does good man have an age?
36, 29, 16, 31, 30, 22, 65.
Okay.
It's Marshall.
Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Because, can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. That does
The
seem like a plausible
prosecution
explanation.
agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Okay.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess.
I'm gonna take a little break.
Yep.
5-minute break.
Mm-hmm.
We're on recess. Recess time. And you can stay, you can stay here if you want.
I'm not going to. I never do. I don't know why you always expect
You
me
can
to.
turn shit off if you want.
I'm not going
Like the
to.
microphone.
I guess I can.
I'm leaving. microphone on, which is something I apparently have to make an effort to remember. That you're supposed to be audio on this mainly audio-based production. Mari's still busy. So I'll wait for her. I guess, you know, I could try and get my wig fixed. Do you want to see me try and do that? I think I'm gonna have to start over. So. Okay, no, she's back. Ah.
You ever tried to button these sleeves like this?
No. Here.
It's impossible.
You only have one hand.
I know.
You don't want me to help? Alright. Back from recess. 5-minute recess. Why is it like this? Okay.
It's just how it is.
This is how it is.
Oh.
Well, I think normally you're supposed to do it the other way, but the sleeves aren't. Where is it? But your arms are too small. Because this is Dad's.
Is it?
Is it? Well, actually, no.
I got it
would
from
be
you.
bigger. Oh, this is mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said I could have it yesterday.
Oh, I was asleep. It's my Apollo shirt for if I ever do Apollo cosplay. It's very wrinkled.
I know. I was seeing if it was maybe a better Phoenix shirt, and the other one was kind of giving Hajime Hinata.
All right. Did I close Ace? I saved, right?
You fucking better have.
I better have saved.
Also, is the mic on?
Yes, the mic is on.
Okay.
I remembered that. I don't remember turning it off.
Alright.
It's a disaster.
You know what? Alright. Let me just go do your thing. I am going to very quickly.
It's possible to do it very quick.
Yes, it is! Just
Okay.
let me do it.
Fine. Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm sure there's video evidence of that happening, but I do not remember how it happened.
You just close the window is how.
No, it's just like a
Yeah, I know.
reflex. Most things auto say. Fucking Apollo Justice Ace Attorney auto say.
Well, yeah, that has a lot of. Also, it's not Apologist, it's the trilogy. And that has a lot of features that this doesn't. Yeah, you can't see it. I'm just going through, clicking as fast as I can. To happen, not just with this case, but this trial. Oh god, okay, so I have to press these now. One sec. Oh god. Oh god. So this is the day that we reduce the... I guess I'll let you guys see it. It's probably more boring to look at my face. Oh no. Now you can see my pain and everything I have to wait for. Oh god.
This wig is so thick. Oh, you're looking at the thing.
No, this is them showing it the
Yeah.
first time.
Aha.
Yeah, well, you've got to watch.
Yeah.
Oh my god, how long is this video? It's like probably almost a minute. What do you want? Okay. Okay. Alright, at least Emma doesn't give me a tutorial. Alright, and I know exactly what to do now. So this is the pain that is this case. Happy lamp? No? Take that! Is this good? You happy, Edgeworth? I learned how to play this on the piano. Well, the melody. No. You can't do that. Oh god. Did he make a chicken noise? Yeah. Okay. No, I said pause. Thank God I can rewind, like frame by frame. Eaglet's saying stuff sometimes. I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't.
This is the worst thing.
They are having trouble with their wig. Okay. Alright. Yeah, he makes a chicken noise. That's weird.
Hopefully it's just because I've been staring at it too long.
It's fine.
Now I am in the seat with the pillow. I hit the mic.
You have to put this... I need to use the keyboard.
You do. Okay.
Okay, one more testimony. And short. ID card record. Oh, hi, princess. I didn't expect her to get up on me like that.
She's Princessa Rosalinda.
What?
It's from the Princess Protection Program.
She's stinky.
It's from Princess Protection
Why are you
Program
stinky?
DCOM. I've never seen it, but I watched the Danny Gonzalez video on it.
Okay, Goodman. Just use your IT card. Okay. There's a record of it. Okay. We just did this.
Baby girl, what is your problem?
You're really stinky.
She's a stinky girly. Stinky girly thing. Stinky girly thing.
Your claws are sharp. You need to trim them. Go to the doctor and trim your nails for me.
Do you know when we started the break?
You want to know how long this has taken so far? I can... I realized it fucked up 10 minutes ago.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, this has not been that long.
Yeah.
And we're almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I didn't think it would take too long.
Okay. It's not a complete disaster.
No, it's not.
Today has not gone great. Oh my god. I have so much to cut out. I don't know how to edit shit.
I mean, this is a stream. People can fucking skip forward.
I'll put timestamps.
Yeah.
I have to look up how to put timestamps.
I got the first part of the trial. Mari's Blue Badger speed run.
That's what I was trying to do. I was doing like Mortal Kombat. But I don't know Mortal Kombat, so
Mr. Marshall.
I think I actually got the bangs the right direction. I wasn't using a reference. Yes, I got them in the right direction. I'm not good with my lefts and my rights.
Okay. Time.
Okay, actually, Princess, we gotta move.
Alright. Yeah,
Sweet
that
baby
wasn't
girl.
that bad. I can click very fast.
Alright. Good job. February 24th. Actually, real quick. Yeah, there's no save option on this screen. I'm gonna just save to make sure. There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you've figured everything out.
Everything. I mean, did he do the murder? I haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Why is she sitting like this?
She got her butt up, so you can pat her butt, and she can do a big stinky fart. Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't recall ever asking for his protection. Thank you for rubbing your face on the mic. It's very helpful.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals!
Come, shoot.
Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Well, wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve making a detective run around while on duty. On top of it all, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals.
Sorry, detective.
You better be, pal. Sir, hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
It is my trial. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh! You mean this, right? Big stack of papers.
My apologies, detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name? You can't steal my identity. Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files?
SL9.
I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. At least give me 5 hours. The SL9 incident.
So I can make some pasta. Well, that only takes 5 minutes if you like it al dente.
But Lana, that's...
It's a big pile of papers.
I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
Is there cardboard in between? I can't believe you, the chief
like
prosecutor,
pieces of wood.
would witness that case. Miss Sky was a witness?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders.
Yeah. Unless he's like a cute little guy.
Oh, what, now I brought you stuff, you're just gonna ignore me? Emma, but why? Why is your name in here?
What? My name's in there? I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana! This SL9 incident, is that...
That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings.
The Joe Dark... No, Lana! That's over with! No!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
No!
But you know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Oh, sorry. I punched her.
Smacked her on the ass!
Sorry, pal. I'm out of here. I'm taking the cat with me. Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth? Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence.
Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. I feel like I want to like connect how many Ace Attorney cases. I feel like I've tried to do this before. How many Ace Attorney cases are connected to previous cases? So I feel like that's a very common thing.
Well, it's always like the ones at the end of the game,
Yeah.
and then also this. I
But
better
stuff
take a good look at
like
this
Turnabout
file.
Samurai was connected to a previous incident.
That's true.
I guess what counts as a previous incident?
Yeah.
You knocked my chair a little and I got all dizzy. Save your progress.
Alright.
We should have just done a little bit more and we would have gotten to that
There was a
screen.
point where we were on the save screen, just in the middle of something, and we didn't save. Oh, what are you doing? She's up here.
She's up on
She's up on
No, don't drink the water. That's not for you. What? I haven't gone back and checked what the voice I did for this one. She wanted to do kitty cat purring ASMR. She's the cutest girl.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit on my lap. I'm sitting on my lap.
Why? You want to be an influencer?
Don't. She's putting her mouth on it.
Okay, stop doing that.
Come on.
She's Princessa Rosalinda. That's her name.
It's not.
Her name is Princess. She's good. Oh my god, she made lots of little claw marks on my leg. My skin is very sensitive, and when anything like scratches or pokes in my skin, it makes a big red mark. So that's fun for me.
What's she doing?
She doesn't know if she should step on my tablet or not. Because I get mad at her when she does that.
This court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky.
I'd rather my tablet than the keyboard.
She's gonna delete all our progress again. Emma didn't come back.
Oh fuck, you're all alone. Allow me to
No,
call.
I can't do it without Emma.
Allow me to call. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
I know that. I'm the one who wanted him here.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Glug glug. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know. You help me cross the street every day. You're a patrolman,
It's
that's
me.
what that means.
It's me, Jake Marshall, your best bud. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling it out.
Can hurt it?
Jake Marshall. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind. Never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Ow woo. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct?
No.
According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain old English. No, Espanol.
No. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street sign named Eldun. I'm just an innocent traveling man. So if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
Why is she so stinky?
I don't see it. She's always kind of stinky.
Yeah. Except I never noticed it before.
She just got her special scent.
I don't like it. It's stinky.
Does she need a bath?
Yeah, do you need a bath?
You need a bath?
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. You should get the knife. Cut it all
wait a
out.
minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems?
I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
What about the fingerprint activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? Oh,
He's not being very helpful.
he's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
I'm not very good with machines or following orders either.
He's not good with earthquakes or elevators. It's a bit of a sensitive issue, Marshall. This one seems like trouble.
Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Go get him.
I think my time might be too long now. It's fine.
Both down. Alright. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone. Oopsie, baby. Ooh, I got it.
It's fine. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. My room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recording.
You interred them?
Videos and nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase a tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic. This isn't gonna do him any good.
Everyone in this case is fucking each other and has depression.
So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room.
Except Edgeworth. He's a virgin. You don't know that. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
The desperados I know joined the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime.
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
Okay. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. Haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired?
Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway.
You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's quite incredible. I mean, I can't tell you how a bike works.
Pedal, move the chain, move the wheels.
Alright, real simple.
The sensors on the locker handles can't be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Nolly mentions it. Detective Gumshoe said something like that, too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
If I remember right, I was at a street side saloon at the time it went down. Oh, we don't know about that. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo this time I hit the trail. I need to re-up on my evidence. Knowledge. Oh, I guess we could look at the Joe Dark killings. SL9, perpetrator Joe Dark, crime serial murder, sentence, death. Victims, Neil Marshall. That is interesting.
Oh.
Edith Kirby!
Everything else seems like not
A
related.
prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, witnesses Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Executive investigators Damon Gant, Lana Sky, head investigator Bruce Goodman, investigators Jake Marshall, and Angel Star. Alright. We're not looking at that again. Oh, well, he said he didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. What the fuck is the evidence room gun? Okay, well, yeah.
I think press everything and see what happens.
Alright. Yeah, nothing nice style.
Okay, yeah, you didn't press this. What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's Vongola sepia pasta.
I want pasta.
You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Do you not want to raise this year?" That's not how he sounds.
Did you not want to
Did
raise
you not
this
want
year?
to raise this year? Press.
Yeah.
out of ammo, Officer Marshall.
That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence.
Alright.
If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time.
Alright, I think that anything, we can present at least some on
My
that.
steel horse is waiting to carry me back Wild West into the sunset.
Because it's a bloody handprint that doesn't play, he's not an innocent bystander.
Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from non-Texans. Or anyone for that matter. Everyone knows that.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so it's best to keep my cool. I should...
It's an innocent traveler.
let's present the bloody handprint.
Hey, buddy. You,
What the fuck is this?
What's up
You're
with
an
this?
innocent traveling man! Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this?
I
After
thought we
all-
were just having a party.
No, you weren't in the
A
security room
fiesta.
at the time of the crime, and I definitely knew that before you said that, because that's a normal thing.
And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
I was just about to. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a very large handprint.
Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Covered in blood.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Covered in blood on the floor. And I said, oh no, this is crazy.
I don't recognize any
That's
of
a
that.
make some noise bit.
Okay.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Sorry, it revealed this.
It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
I have one.
I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints found at the scene of the crime.
Blood-stained fingerprints. Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves?
What?
See, I had nothing to do with it.
So why does he say the murderer was wearing gloves? I think that's a place we should ask about.
The
They
witness's
wiped the
explanation appears
prints.
valid.
The print was wiped away.
Although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
I guess it is technically wrong that his fingerprints were on the blood. They were next to the blood.
Yeah.
Now's my chance to prove something.
Look at all this stuff. Like I said, it's only natural. Yeah. Let's press this last statement.
How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene thought to be left by the murderer.
Alright. I found out Detective Gumshoe's locker.
But they didn't wipe that one. No fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint, and then they wiped?
That's the only logical conclusion.
I can't let him squirm out of this one. I've got to find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime.
What does it say on the...
The print had been wiped. The print had been wiped!
Blood stain in the fingerprint. What? I don't know how to. It's only natural for them to do that. None of them just happen.
So what? You're looking at the last page. What's on the second page?
First page. Second page. Why not?
What's that picture?
It's the floor plan. Blood, blood, blood. You wiped it. It's gotta be this that he wiped it, but I don't know. I'm going to save because I'm not confident. But I'm gonna try presenting it on this statement. Be like, oh, but he wiped it? No.
I think just press everything.
Okay. This is the most annoying thing of an Ace Attorney is when you know what it is, but you don't know how to say that it is that what it is. Or maybe it is something different.
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
Also sad. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it.
You starting to get the picture, partner? Okay.
The picture?
This seal of blood. In the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
The security tape.
So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Okay, too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner?
Okay, yeah, so present the video.
Yeah, and then we got, okay. I should have just pressed everything. I got too...
This evidence what?
Oh, you have to press it and be
Probably.
like...
I'll show you.
I want pitas.
You want none?
No. Well, I'll take none.
Do you want it now?
No, I'll get it later.
What do you mean by that?
You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
I tried to show you the video. The video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on the tape. Maybe.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. I bit my lip and it hurt.
Well, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Alright, let's show evidence.
Fucking fine. Okay. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making the mistake.
Let's have another look at that video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall.
So, I mean, it's gotta be about, the handprint on the, and how he must have left. You know, how did he leave that? There he goes walking by. Look at the locker. Look at the locker.
Waha! Waha!
Look at the locker. Oh no.
Oh, that's strange.
What's this? Why did they get the locker if there wasn't my fingerprint?
Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
You'll soon not forget. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? The little word game I like to do.
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. You get 5 points.
Oh, the key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
Oh,
The one
fuck.
that is yours.
That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the video a bit.
Oh, the white cloth, it's gone! What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away.
Order, order! It would seem that's the only...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why's everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. We just told you. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker. Now prove it. Where's the...
Oh, it's the locker. It's on that, yeah.
There. Evidence locker. I don't know why we have to present evidence. Fingerprint sensor.
Yeah, we just
Someone else,
talked about
they
it.
stole my fingerprint.
Oh my god, we talked about this. Not earlier today, like 10 minutes ago. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
Well, Detective Gumshoe, take him away.
Locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
I only got 1 word for you, partner. No!
Oh, you good?
I'll spend all my energy on that.
Order! Witness, explain yourself.
Yes, this is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Ole! Please answer the question.
What the fuck? A bullfighter?
Ole!
That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. I'm very smart.
We can?
Maybe not you. Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
If that's so, then where was the witness?
Didn't we say the floor wasn't visible? Could he have, like, crawled?
But Meekins didn't see it.
Okay, that's true.
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it.
Where was the fucking Marshal here?
So this is Meekins, he's the killer.
Okay, yes. Officer Marshall was standing right here!
There, but that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman, which we established, because it couldn't have been. The victim was Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman, except you're not
I
dead.
would love to dress up like
God.
Detective Goodman.
I hate being a cowboy, but I can't stop.
It was my brother's dying wish that I would always be a cowboy. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene.
Edgeworth,
Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Edgeworth. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
In 8 words or less. We're done with this game. You've got quite an imagination, partner.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
5,
6.
6.
We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial
That's
evidence.
like 15 words.
It was like
Circumstantial
9
evidence.
words.
Still denying it.
We're done with the game. I don't like the game anymore. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well,
I
Mr.
have mentioned it
Wright,
multiple times, but you don't see me complaining.
do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Why do I have to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt? Oh, no, I fucking can't.
I can see the fear in your eyes,
I'm
partner.
not scared. You're the one who should be scared. I'm proving
Seems
you
you're
did a
the
crime.
one who couldn't take the desert heat.
You should not be confident right now. This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgeworth, help. I'm not going to help you.
It looks
Do
like
it
your
yourself.
lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. Fuck you, Edgeworth. You'll never make it in life. That's what Von Karma said to me. But another thing. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Aw, the basics.
I hate the basics.
For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
Okay. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was open in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been.
Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
Well, he put something in there. There's a cloth sticking out of it now. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the muffler you're. Oh, a cat's on the piano. Sorry. The video is the key to all our unanswered questions.
Do not apologize. It's a beautiful song that he sings.
I just realized the door was open and I closed it. It's fine. I don't have any evidence, so the video is my only shot. That's evidence, though, so I guess I do have evidence.
Okay, look at it again. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
Alright. There he is. The thing fell out. And the Meekins comes. Then they fight. Oh. Pause it.
What is this?
What is this? For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet.
Yet?
I will find out, however, something unexpected happened. The blue badger was there. Mr. Mark Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. Don't do that. However,
I was just trimming my beard.
no. Officer Meekins panicked. And the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner.
Oh, thanks.
Partner.
Is that supposed to be an insult?
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to confess to the crime?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago. If you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
Well, I woke up that morning, took a little sip of my whiskey, 1 sip in the morning it's like coffee.
Okay.
It seems the time has come, brush my teeth, a little bit of whiskey.
So wait, some more whiskey?
That's for the teeth.
For the teeth. You brush your teeth with whiskey.
Yeah. I had to do it that day. I just couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you?
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a
Bruce
large
Goodman die?
quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand.
He cut his own hand?
My guess is he's the donor.
You were the one with the knife. I'm just
Took
saying.
my knife. You shouldn't have taken my knife.
There was way too much blood for such a small donation. He probably has really low blood pressure.
Marshall's confession.
If you scream like that...
You mean high blood pressure?
No. That would mean you have a lot of blood. Or like,
I
small
guess
veins.
I think we're trying to... different things here. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die.
When you say it, you mean
Do you even have to ask, partner?
last L9 incident.
2 years have passed since that case was closed.
Blue Badger. He
It was going to-
rescue you.
It's going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room and then assaulting an officer?
When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
No matter what the cost.
Alright, you're very serious.
I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
You did it?
I didn't do it.
Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence.
Why do you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
Yep, that's true.
So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card.
I stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why the Goodman started filing out that lost item report, filling it out,
I returned his ID card.
filleting it.
I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
What? The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So
Return?
essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
So sorry, did you
What do you
see
mean,
his body
pardon?
and then you were like, oh, I guess I'll just throw this on the floor nearby?
I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could because of a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim showing on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
Detective Goodman's locker was already empty.
I love the idea, and this is something going on with Epithet Erase that I really like, of like the idea of just like a bunch of people trying to steal something at the same time.
Someone else stole the evidence? I have a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I love it when cases in Ace Attorney and sometimes other things. I love it when, like, you know, there's like multiple people trying to do crimes at once and
Yeah.
they
They're just doing different things.
confuse everything.
And
Yeah. I better take another look at the files. Why do you have to do it that day?
Well, because of
Okay, yeah, you're right.
the
All right, so
evidence
wait.
transfer.
Which ones haven't you pressed yet?
I
It was the what's the next one?
haven't pressed this one because I thought that was like.
You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off.
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a one-in-a-million type of person, mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Why are you in charge of everyone's race?
Did Edgeworth get so
Yeah.
much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him just a little bit. Just a little. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. And the blood just went in. With me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh. You mean this one?
I don't know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
Are you allowed to have that in court?
Fuck you. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera.
So you did your research beforehand.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, pardon me. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there.
What was Officer Meekins doing during that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is on that day,
Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Alright, why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are for a valid solution to crimes.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
the witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more. Tell us all about it.
Can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Do we just have to show him why?
Press it first. Is he gonna tell us?
You're just gonna tell us?
I mean, he doesn't. But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? You're not gonna ask why? He seemed like he was gonna tell you.
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
Did you know him?
Fuck him. He's a murderer.
Okay,
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't
He
it?
killed a child. I don't intend to complain about how it turned out.
okay.
But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files. Alright, let's tell him. Let's tell him why. I think we all know.
Let's present it was in the case, but
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
Too much cowboy juice.
Too much of that cowboy
Have
juice.
the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. And the list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
No. Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago.
I hadn't.
Fuck you. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
You don't remember him, Judge? 2 years ago? And he got the King of... Okay, he must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall.
Better fucking remember.
He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. He was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then the then deputy chief of police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer.
What does it mean?
Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records.
Sorry, Dad's right out the side of the window.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day.
What? No
The
murder?
things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime.
doesn't
We're
mean
back
that.
to
It
where we
doesn't
were
mean
before. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me, this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries of the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less.
ah! Don't bow, you fuck!
I rest my case.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
I inhaled the one. God, I was too confident. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder
No.
of the police department.
I'll show you the Blue Badger again. I'll bring that video back. I'll play it on the big screen in the courtroom.
No.
And everyone will see it for
No.
5 hours on
No.
straight if you don't let me continue this trial. Fuck. I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant. Hold it! Your Honor, wait!
Emma.
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection, right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
No, Your Honor, in a sense, right now, currently.
Please,
for,
Your
like-
Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please!
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. We talked about this, and that's when she ran
That's
away.
when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
You ran over there. Okay, well, did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
I'm just an attorney.
But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have.
Oh, we have other clues.
If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh, boy. Look, I am the defense attorney.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark.
Uh-huh, sure, uh-huh.
Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, why not we...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
There's gotta be a problem, but I actually don't know what it is.
I think I remember slightly what it is. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright.
I've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Let me look at, let's, wait, there's a parking lot floor plans. I'm gonna, what about, because I think I remember what it is. Do they walk behind the blue badge?
I don't think so. I think they walk in front of the blue badger. He certainly
He
appears
walks
to be
in front of the blue
it, yes.
badger, yeah. So the blue badger is blocking where it is, yeah.
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of this blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
There's all this evidence here. There's gotta be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plan?
It's the video.
Look at the video again. As they say back west, even a blind man can hit with a buckshot.
I don't know what that means.
That is, so long as he's facing the general direction. It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to
Is
face.
it the blue badger instead? Because that's ridiculous. More evidence there is, the greater chance of me being wrong.
Just calm down, Mr. Wright.
Okay, sorry.
Try and
one
remember
sec.
what the evidence room was like on the day of the crime.
Try to remember, like, with the video. Fucking Ace Attorney. Sorry, Your Honor. Here is the photo of the banana.
What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime
You
scene.
must have a good reason for showing me that thing
The
again.
Blue Badger is not here
So?
because Edgeworth hates him. Watch what happens when we put him in.
Put him in. No.
This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well,
What?
Oh, fuck.
The
Ah!
defense is attempting to intimidate the prosecution.
that's right, so long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker.
What? Fuck, oh no!
So that means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means, oh,
It means it can't be done.
pardon me.
What are you saying?
Oh,
Blood traces were undeniably
go
found
ahead.
on that locker.
Don't look at me, I didn't put it there.
Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically.
What? Oh, Emma, stop talking about science.
On that afternoon,
Science confuses me.
Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badge to the evidence room,
Oh,
right?
I did.
After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice! But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. Wasn't trivial to me! Problem is the other time. Yes, someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
So then, assuming this murder you report really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman,
Another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
very well. Then
Tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence?
What shows when the first crime took place? It's that.
Yeah, it's the ID,
ID
card,
card record.
Because Mike Meekins goes in. Oh, it must have been Edgeworth who did
Oh
it.
no,
Edgeworth! Fuck, it was Edgeworth!
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. An ID card? Oh, the ID card record! Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at...
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, that would be 4:40 p.m.
Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away.
Spider on the wall.
Oh.
Spider on the wall.
By the real murderer. How did Meekins not notice
I would
the
have had
handprint?
just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. I would have loved to do that, but unfortunately, I can't.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Are you find a place to make a little web? I'd prefer you not do it in my room, but as long as you don't bother me, that's okay.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card remaining. Number 77777777. Is that the right amount?
Talk about a lucky number.
Wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
His ID card was stolen, Your Honor. There's no record of it being used. He must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 77777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 77777777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son. The ID number 77777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Objection! That's fucked. But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be
Always
granted such
talking.
authority.
If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge?
You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive.
Lana.
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 77777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident.
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? I'm here now. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Huh?
Lana!
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
That's called rights, Lana.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't.
I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes would require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
But Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Lana!
Don't say that.
Order!
Prosecute, don't.
Order! Lana's remarks caused such a stir that the chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait till the following day. To be continued. Let's take a half-hour break.
Half-hour break? Alright.
Yep.
Just like yesterday.
Yep. We'll start at around 6.
Start around 6. Alright.
Okay, so the stream's gonna end, and then we'll have another one.
Yeah. We will see you.
This is probably gonna be a common thing for long cases.
Yeah. We will see you in half an hour, 27 minutes, half an hour.